St. Jerome Cemetery of Holyoke, Massachusetts, and we're towards the front section where the very old stones are off of St. Jerome's Avenue. In front of us is the pastor that took over after Patrick Harkins had served 44 years. So this pastor served 12 years, and what he did was he was a pastor of St. Jerome's, but he was also an ambassador priest to the Vatican City, to the Pope, from the Catholic Diocese of Springfield. So he did that a few times. It's written here as Vicar General, Diocese of Springfield, and also Domestic Prelate, 1906. So John Madden was not only a pastor, but almost the equivalent of an ambassador from one diocese to the Pope. And there's only a few hundred of those in the world. Now we're going to go visit a couple of people very important to the history of Holyoke. Right in front of us is a stone that says Thomas Carmody and his wife Mary Ryan. Very simple. He was a plumber. He was a plumbing supply company owner on High Street, and if that's all he did, then you'd say, well, who cares? But he was a water commissioner for 50 years for the Holyoke Water Works. He got the drinking water situation in Holyoke to an extremely high level. He developed many reservoirs around Holyoke and kept them in great shape. Why is water important in Holyoke? Because the paper city, you have to clean off paper from all the sulfuric acid inside of it, or else it'll turn into a yellow color paper. And so Holyoke needs lots of water, plus other industries need lots of water. And he served Holyoke for half a century. Okay, and lastly at this stop, in front of us is John Lynch, chief of the Holyoke Fire Department, 1880 to 1915. That's 35 years he was the chief. His wife is named on the back, Anastasia Hardy. Now, what did John Lynch do besides direct the fire department? Well, the Lynch School is not named after him. The John Lynch School is named after a superintendent, so there's two John Lynch. This John Lynch was a fireman from a very young age. And what did he do? Why do I stop here? In 1875, on the night of May 26th, there was an enormous fire in the Precious Blood School. It was a church. It was a wooden church on Cabot Street. There were 400 people inside, and a fire started in the front where draperies on the wall had caught on fire from a candle. The church burned to the ground within 15 minutes. 70 people would die from the fire. Many of them would die of smoke inhalation. Many of them would die because they were crushed underneath the rush of body people trying to go out. He was the first person on the scene. He was coming back from a baseball game. He was a fireman at a very young age, but he still loved his baseball. And he's come by with a friend. He noticed the fire and he ran to it, and he was able to pull out a lot of people from that church. It saved a lot of lives. And for that, the firemen in the city loved him so much, and that's why for 35 years we had the best fire chief in Holyoke going on. That fire was horrible, probably the worst thing ever happened to Holyoke. Most of those people are buried in the Precious Blood Cemetery in South Hadley. And I have a separate tour for both Precious Blood Church and Precious Blood Cemetery. So John Lynch is a great stop for the cemetery. I hope you can find him here. Thanks for coming on this stop.